Are we in a housing bubble? You're about to find out. Hey guys, my name is Robert Mack, and today I want to talk about the market. Specifically, are we in a housing bubble? I mean, this is the talk of the town. Everybody now is comparing this current market to the market that we had in 2002, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which if you weren't living under a rock, you know that market sort of exploded a little bit for a lot of different reasons. And people have PTSD from that market. So when you are a buyer or a seller in this current market, or even just toying with the idea, you can't help but think if prices are going this high, this fast, it's gotta all come crashing down. And the truth is there's just no data that is showing us that that's going to happen. So today I want to talk a little bit about forbearance, because that's kind of what everything is hinging on. A lot of people are saying, well, oh my gosh, in March and April and May and June of 2020, all these homeowners requested forbearance, and now all these homes are going to be foreclosed on because of the people not being able to pay their monthly payment. And that's just not the case. So I'm going to give you some raw numbers that you can digest and understand kind of where we are with everything. So 7.2 million homeowners across the country requested forbearance on their loan. Now, the great news is over 5.2 million of those homeowners have already removed the forbearance off their loan, whether they sold, whether they refinanced, whether they paid it off, whatever the case is, they're no longer in any type of foreclosure type situation. Of the remaining portion, there's about 1.74 million homeowners that are still out there that are still in this forbearance program. Most of these people have tons of equity. So will we see a foreclosure or two in the country? Yes. Are we going to see tons of foreclosures hitting the market in the very near future? Absolutely not. So if you are a buyer out there that's waiting for the market to blow up and waiting for all these deals to come out, you're going to be holding your breath for something that's probably not going to happen in the very near future. Ultimately, what we're experiencing in our current market is just simple supply and demand. One of the biggest reasons why we had such a mortgage meltdown in 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is because all the loans that were underwritten really had no asset verification, no income verification. They were really poorly put together loans. And when the market turned, these people didn't have any skin in the game, which means they had no equity because they put nothing down. And so it was easy for them to walk away. And that really snowballed into what we experienced over that 5 to 6 year period. And that's what is causing all this PTSD. Nowadays, if you're a buyer and you're watching this and you've already successfully purchased, you know how tedious and meticulous these lenders can be. They are dotting all their I's, they are crossing all their T's. The bottom line is if you get approved for a loan in today's market, that means with certainty and without a doubt, as long as you don't lose your job, you can afford to pay your monthly payment. And 95% of homeowners are getting fixed rate loans, which means that their monthly payment is never going to change. So as long as nothing changes in their financial situation or things continue to get better for them, these homeowners are not going to have any issues with foreclosure or short sale because they have skin in the game. They have equity in their property. They can afford their monthly payment. And the lender has verified all this through all their underwriting processes. The bottom line here, guys, is that there's just not enough homes for sale for the buyer demand that's out there. If you've watched my videos in the past, you know there's a huge new group of buyers. They are the millennials. Over 70 million millennials out there right now, and 55 million of them have expressed interest in buying a home in the next 1 to 3 years. So you take the low inventory, and let me just kind of take a side detour here and talk about inventory real quick to put things into perspective. In 2019, inventory levels were around 7,000 homes in all of Orange County. Last year, averages were around 4,000 to 5,000, and right now we're hovering around 2,500 homes available for sale. And in 2019, that was a low inventory year. So if it was a low inventory year in 2019, and now you consider that we have 65% less homes on the market, how much lower can it get? And if you're in my inner circle and you're getting the Orange County Housing Report, which by the way, if you're not getting it, you want it, send me a message and I'll send it to you every 2 weeks. It basically talks about how inventory has been sort of stagnant in terms of growth and drop, where it's just pretty flat. And we only have about 2,500 homes available for sale. You take that and you add in the low interest rates, that creates the market that we're in. A lot of people look at the prices and go, how can this market be affordable? Well, you've got to focus on the interest rates. If the interest rates go up by 1%, that means affordability drops by 11%. So the fact that the rates are in the high 2s and the low 3s, depending on the type of loan program you get, your buying power is significantly higher than it was in 2020, in 2019, in 2018. I mean, rates haven't been this low and haven't stayed this low ever. So no inventory, super affordable interest rates, a lot of new buyers are coming in. The bottom line is right now, the entire country is an auction sale. Homes are selling to the highest bidder. Appraisers are having trouble justifying the price that buyers are willing to pay, but at the end of the day, these buyers don't even care. They're waiving their appraisal contingency because they know that's what they need to do to win. So, if you're a buyer out there, what are some tips? Well, number one is fall in love with the numbers before you fall in love with the house. Knowing what you can afford, knowing how much of an appraisal gap you may need to cover, knowing what your monthly payment is, knowing how much you have to bring to the table. All that stuff matters and it empowers you to submit a strong offer. And obviously, you need to work with an expert agent who knows how to structure your offer and get it accepted in today's uber competitive market. As a listing agent, I'm getting 20 to 30 offers on the listings that I'm taking. And I'd say 20 to 25 of those offers out of the 30 are written poorly. And that agent is not doing their client justice. So you want to make sure you work with an expert, but before that, you want to make sure you understand the numbers. For the sellers out there, one key component to getting your home sold for maximum price is home preparation. How your home shows is critical in you getting the highest and best price. A lot of times sellers are saying, well, the market's hot, I'll just list my home, it'll sell for whatever, it's going to be a record price, and I'll be done with it. That may be the case in the sense that the market is so hot, you will get a great price, but how can you squeeze an extra 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% out of the buyer? It's all about emotion. Many sellers are not leveraging professional design and staging. And if there's only one thing that you can do to prepare your home, 9 times out of 10, it's professional staging and design. Because what that does is it turns your house into a home. And when a buyer sees a home, they emotionally connect with that home and they want it. And that's what's going to offer you the highest and best price. You sellers need to understand, buyers walk into properties wanting to fall in love with these properties. The sad part about it is sellers aren't doing enough to showcase how beautiful their home really is, and buyers aren't falling in love with the property enough to submit an offer that the seller is going to be in love with. So that is my best recommendation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. If you have any video ideas you ever want me to talk about in the future, send those my way. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the near future, I'd love to have a conversation with you. And if you found this video on social media, show me some social media love. Till next time, happy selling.